Hello and welcome to FPL Focus, and it is a Game Week 13 preview. So we'll obviously do our Game Week preview, a player focus, players to avoid, and obviously the FPL news. Before we do get into it, guys, please do smash that subscribe button, hit the like button, it all does help. So here we are, Game Week 13 preview. Team hopefully raring to go. Big move here, guys. I took Antonio out, who's obviously got Man City next. We've banged Raul Jimenez in. Norwich away. Was listening to Gianni Boutis a bit there, and I thought, you know what, even though it's possibly for just the next couple of fixtures, I'm willing to go there. I think that he could bag some goals. He's a renowned striker. I think he had to get his confidence back a little bit after that terrible head injury, but I think finally we're seeing the Raul Jimenez of old. So yeah, he's in there against Norwich away. Norwich trying to become good again, but I think Wolves are just going to be too much for them at the weekend. And as you can see, goalkeeper decision this week. I've been chopping and changing between Foster and De Gea quite successfully, getting on both of their penalty saves, rotating just perfectly. Obviously you can see De Gea has got Chelsea next. I expect him to make lots of saves in that game for sure, but I feel like Chelsea are going to score quite a few against Man United. Chelsea just in the form of their lives. So I've gone with Foster against Leicester. And obviously you can see I got Vardy against him up front down there. But I thought, you know what, I fancy that more than Creswell defending against Man City or Livramento defending against Liverpool. So Vardy, let's see how that goes. Can Foster pull off something magnificent again after he got an assist and then a penalty save the week before? Can he get anything else? If not, Vardy can go score, and I'm sure Foster will still clock up those save points against Leicester. But Leicester haven't been that great, have they? So it'll be interesting to see this game, Watford versus Leicester, who's going to come out on top. Now, in defence, Tariq Lamptey against Leeds, come off early, got the clean sheet points last time. I don't mind if he does that again, anything to bank the clean sheet points, but obviously we would prefer him to play and do well. I want attacking returns out of him. I must say he didn't look quite as sharp last game. Yes, he was getting forward, but I felt like he could have done better. Like, for his ability, I know he's capable of being a bit more precise, a bit more fluid in his play. So see, now he's got quite a few games under his belt. Are we going to see a sharper Tariq Lamptey against Leeds? Is always an interesting game, end to end for sure. And then Rudiger doing good, an assist in the Champions League, a goal last game week against Man United. Can he get forward? More importantly, can he keep the clean sheet? Desperately need him to do that. If he could score, it'd be wonderful, especially when you got the likes of James in there, who's really attacking well, and then Trent for Liverpool. I need Rudiger to do something special, really. And then Kieran Tierney at home to Newcastle. I think he'll come in. Reason being, Tavares got found out last game. I mean, it was Liverpool's press that found that out and forced him into passing it back. But I think Tavares is young. He's got a lot to learn. Nothing wrong with that. And Tierney will be fully back and raring to go again. So I think Tierney will come in against Newcastle. And then in midfield, obviously Smith Rowe against Newcastle wasn't in the Liverpool game at all. As in he wasn't found. Nothing was going for him. But I think against Newcastle, we can see the Smith Rowe we're used to. Great attacking potential. Newcastle down there. I know they've got Eddie Howe in now, but I think till they get to that transfer window, Newcastle are there for the taking. So Arsenal need a big 3 points if they're going to stay up near the top. I expect Smith Rowe to get something. Someone I've been a bit disappointed in, Mason Mount. I need him to bring something to the party. Reason I say this is because about 3 or 4 game weeks ago I took Conor Gallagher out. Bad move, admittedly, but Gallagher's been clocking the points up whilst I've got rid of him as well. Why I did, I don't know why. But I need Mount to produce the goods. It's off the back of his hat-trick, and then obviously, unfortunately, the dentistry problems has obviously cost him points as well. But he didn't get anything last game, and I believe he came off early as well. So need to see a bit more from Mason Mount. Otherwise, I will just literally not be afraid to switch straight back to Gallagher. Never ever be afraid in FPL. If you got rid of someone, they hurt you, and you don't be stubborn and don't go back. Make sure you do go back there. And then the obvious one, I think, because of effective ownership, you've got to go Mo Salah at home, Southampton. I'm sure he can get something there. And then Mbumo against Everton. Unsure on him because you've had the likes of Henry and Sergio Canos getting in on the act. So can Mbumo actually not hit the post for once and get some points? That would be nice. And as spoke about earlier, Jimenez up front, Vardy, and then we go on to Harry Kane. Can he get something against Burnley? I'd like to think he could. So yeah, on to the next part of the video, guys. So we are on to our player focus part of the show. And last game week I tipped Benteke to Hull, and he did exactly that. 2 goals Benteke's got. So this week's player pick is going to be Maxwell Cornet of Burnley. What a great player for Sean Dyche's side. Gives them that something a bit extra. Price at just 6.1. Absolute bargain, because he's clocked up 5 goals this season. Going under the radar a little bit. But if you look at his fixtures, Tottenham at home, Wolves away, then Newcastle away, I think they're fixtures where he can get at least 3 goals, maybe a goal per game, definitely. If anyone's going to score in that Burnley side, it's definitely Cornet. XG of 1.04, just looks really good on the eye, and that is this week's player focus. Maxwell Cornet, take a bow. And now on to our players to avoid this game week. I've gone with Mikel Antonio. Been disappointing for quite a few game weeks now. A bit frustrating. You may have a bit of money in him, but for me, going to Man City, I don't fancy him at all. So this game week, Antonio is a player to avoid. I think Man City are going to just be too much for West Ham. West Ham been playing fantastic this season, but I think they'll just be too much. And Livramento, you know, he's been a nice hidden little gem over the game weeks, clocking up points. But I think that this game week against Liverpool, it's a definite avoid. Liverpool in fine form and looking to hammer the goals home against Southampton there. So that is the players to avoid. Fairly straightforward, guys. And so it is time for the FPL news. So, as we can see, Scouts page here, we've got Rafa Benitez coming out and saying Demarai Gray, he was doing light training session today, very light, so we'll see if he can be available, but maybe we don't have too much time. It was okay. It was less than what we were expecting, which that last line, very important, less than what we're expecting means you're expecting a bit more, expecting so that we can get him ready for game week 13. So I don't think Demarai Gray is looking to be playing. And I tell you what, Everton injury news absolutely awful at the moment, isn't it? If things couldn't get any worse for poor old Benitez. Benitez also saying Yerry Mina is doing well but still not ready. Obviously Dominic Calvert-Lewin not yet, so still DCL not coming back. Yerry Mina's on his way but still not back, so they're going to be really struggling. Then Decore's been training today, so there's one player that maybe could be available. The others are getting closer but still not available, so there's a slight chance Decore could start, but I don't know, would you want to push one of your most important players this season? I know they've missed him. Brighton team news. Graham Potter says Enoch Mwepo has returned to training this week and has a really good chance of making the squad to face Leeds. Azarte, Welbeck are making good progress in their rehabs but remain out. So Brighton missing a couple there. Mwepu's positive news. Hasselhout to Southampton. Jack Stevens, he's been back in training. First week since a long time. This is good. He's ready for the weekend. I'm not sure it's good that he's back. Oh, well. So there you go. Stevens possibly out there. You've got Armstrong as well with a calf injury. Gineppo out. Redmond also, but they're back in training. Sorry, Gineppo and Redmond. So possibilities. Bielsa, Ayling will probably be able to play with the under-23s on Monday as he is healthy now. Shackleton also healthy. Rafinha and Rodrigo are also available. Good news for Rafinha owners, a lot of them out there. The ones who are finishing their peers recovery, Koch and Bamford. So still a little while for Koch and Bamford till they possibly return. Any more? Mikel Arteta, no news. Everybody's fine so far. That's what we like. Granit Xhaka's training and pushing himself and all the staff so hard like he always does. He's in a good place, evolving well, and hopefully we can have him a little bit back earlier. Let's have a look. That's about it. So yeah, more press conferences will be coming up. But that wraps up the FPL news. That wraps up the video of Game Week 13. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe, guys. And thank you for watching. Take care.